This reading is for the 4th week of March 2022. This is not the last week. Next week is the last week of March. So, during this week, we are going to be under the influence of a waning moon. And what that means is that it's a better time to sort of plan for things, wrap things up, brainstorm, to get ready for the new moon, which is coming next week. Also, we move into Aries on March 20th, which is a very fiery energy, but we still have a lot of Pisces energy. So starting next week on the 27th, Mercury moves out of Pisces and into Aries. We have a new moon, which is great for starting projects. So I would say for this week, planning and researching and wrapping things up and getting ready to really kick it into gear next week is a good idea. We still have Venus and Mars in Aquarius, which sometimes makes people feel like even if they're in a long-term relationship, they sort of want to do their own thing, so nobody panic. And that will be going on for the rest of the week as well. All right, let's see what energies support us this week. Ooh, we have the lovely Strength card. So what this really says is that it's really empowering to accept yourself and all sides of yourself. This card really says throw away the shoulds. You should be this, you should be doing that. And be more like, hey, I'm exactly who I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to be right now. And believe me, there is strength in that. So this is not a week to be harsh on yourself, okay? This is a week to really do some radical self-acceptance and be like, hey, this does work for me, this doesn't work for me, and work according to that, not putting stress on yourself to fit into something that really isn't you. Well, this is fascinating. And one of the more, what I would say, challenging energies for the week is the High Priestess. I really believe that if I look at these two messages together, what it's saying is sometimes it's uncomfortable to listen to ourselves. Sometimes if we really listen to ourselves and we really do move into areas of like radical self-acceptance, we may need to be really truthful about something, and that may rock the boat, right? So this week, I will say, really listen to your heart about things and really try to look and see if you are a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. And if that's going on in some part of your life, you may want to look at that. Whether or not you do something about it is another thing, but this is a week to do the actual looking at it, right? And like I said, astrologically, with this moon and still this Pisces energy, that's, sort of in perfect alignment to like be looking at things this week and maybe not make a move until next week. There's a gentle energy and a healing energy for relationships this week. So do your best to be around people that are like safe. This is sort of a replenishing energy. It's not so much a go out and get them sort of energy. If we're talking about romantic relationships, many of you this week could really see a sweetness in your partner. For some of you, also, on a more mundane level, this means go take a trip together. This is sometimes traveling together is a really good way to reset or actually get information about somebody. Overall, this is a positive energy. Now, when it comes to what you're doing in your life right now, and that may be how you're making your money, it may be a project you're working on, we have this really fiery energy. It is the Fire Queen. So this is an interesting energy because it's very much about magnetizing in what you need rather than pursuing what you need in the world. Now, how do you magnetize things in? Well, I guess you do what you need to do to get things ready to accept what you need, right? Like, it's sort of, to me, it feels like you need a strong foundation. You actually need a place to put things. So this is a week to take inventory and see what you need and give a shout out, right? And see if you can pull it in. Oftentimes, too, this can be a very charismatic energy where you literally are a person who holds charisma and is able to attract to yourself what you need. So this week is about, let's call it the law of attraction. I mean, if you believe in that stuff, activate it. But it is also about actually having the knowledge of what you need to progress in what you're doing so that you can call it in. If you haven't taken a good inventory, you don't know what you need to pull in, right? Okay. Let's see what else the cards have to say. Ooh, the devil. Yay, the star. Okay. Fascinating energy combination here. So this message is for many of you, but not all of you, okay? If you are struggling with a situation that you feel stuck in right now, this can be anything from an addiction to a situation with somebody, any situation where you're feeling like things are out of your control and you really don't know if you should stay, and that's what the devil oftentimes represents. The star is here to give you hope, okay? Once again, going on the theme of taking inventory and knowing what you need is really important. The star is one of the wish cards, and what it means is that what you want now, what you need now, what you desire now, will be accomplished and given to you in the future. Here's the big deal. You need to know what you want. So I think that when I look at this, it says, really, even if you feel stuck, most of the time you're not stuck. You just need to get the information and have the hope and the clarity to move forward, and then you'll get what you want in a little while. I mean, you have to start now to get where you want to be later, right? So that's where we're starting. Okay, be wary, people. With this combination, be wary of a negative mindset. This week, there could be some negative thought patterns happening for people, and you just want to really check in with the stories you're telling yourself, okay? So, again, a message of hope this week. For those of you who have been in or have come out of a difficult relationship situation, this is one of the most lovely cards to get, because it really means, the worst is over. There's something new coming, all right? This is very possibly a new person, new relationship. The best thing to do is learn any lessons you were supposed to learn from that situation and move on, right? Don't stay in the why. Why did it happen to me? Why me? That will just get you stuck. So that's the one caveat with this. It's a beautiful card for moving forward from something difficult, but some people that I work with get stuck in the place of why did it have to happen at all? Stop asking why. Just be like, thank you that it was already 2 months ago. Thank you it was a year ago. Like, thank you that I'm not there anymore. I can almost see home. And there is very possibly, for many of you coming out of the situation, a new person. So, like I said earlier, the sort of moon energy is really going to be sprinkling down over everything this week. And our outcome is the moon. This is a great time to keep a dream journal, or I know a lot of people that do morning pages, which is just waking up and doing stream of consciousness writing, and then finding some diamonds in the dustbin, as they say, out of that writing. So this is a good week to, again, with this High Priestess, listen to yourself, journal, and get ready for the energy shift that's coming next week after this new moon. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like it and subscribe, and I will check in with you next week.